let's talk about these five Memphis cops that are responsible for the death of Tyre Nichols, who have just been charged
Mm.
in his death. I believe they've already been laid off, lost their jobs. Um, and I'm not sure when this
Not
happened.
not laid off, fired.
Right.
Fire. Yeah, there you go, Brent. I'm sorry, Mildred. Yeah, fire.
Yeah.
Already, right? Um,
January, was it January the 7th when this happened? Because he died on the 10th.
on the 10th.
So it
Yeah,
happened on the 7th.
Six
yeah,
or seven, one of them, I
Something
think.
like that.
yeah. And so, um, yeah, a lot going on. Of course, you see these guys, you see their shots, the mug shots, the pictures all over the place. But yeah,
And
I
I
know
think in
they
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 mud,
just
and I think in their pictures, they all smiling.
well, they some
Like,
of the I'm sorry, not their mug shots, is their
The
police
police,
photos. Their
police
yeah,
photo.
police and I'm sorry about that, it's their police photos. But you see it everywhere. Um
right.
but I mean I guess we understand why that's happening. But let's get back to what they did though, and what they did
Mhm.
to Tyreek Nichols. What do you guys know about that? I know something today they just released um footage of what happened. What have you guys seen, and what do y'all know about what's going on so far?
You want to go, Milton?
Well, like I said, I haven't even seen the full video myself. The only part I saw is where it's five of them, and I think in the video I saw, it looked like it was more than five people.
Right.
Uh, but I saw them pick him up, drag him, and lean him up against one of the patrol vehicles, where they had him handcuffed, hands behind it, and even in that video, he just looked like he likes moving slow, like you can tell like he was just beat up. One of the officers was limping, so I don't know if he like was trying to hurt the boy so hard he hurt himself.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous. And if you the photograph of him in the hospital, it looked he almost looked unrecognizable when in his photo because he was beat up so bad. I'm like, what warrants you to do that to somebody? Like y'all was a gang and jumped him.
Mhm.
And like
That's
it,
basically what they were.
yeah. I mean, because if you think about it, the police is a gang because it's an organized group. That's what a gang is. An organized group is a gang.
And then
So
they
you
were
could call
part
the
of a
police a
special
gang,
unit.
huh?
It was part of a special unit called the Scorpios.
Scorpion, yeah, yeah. I saw that earlier. Now they was naming off a lot of things that they did. They've confiscated over 100 grand in cash. I think they said they took over 200 weapons off the streets. They've made over 500 and something arrests and some other and other things, which is good. A lot of that stuff is good because it helped clean up crime, but excessive use of force, on you got five officers and one person that you're dealing with. You mean to tell me they couldn't have just handcuffed him and put him in the vehicle and that be it? Whatever he, I'm not sure. I don't know the full story. I don't know why he got pulled over or what. Maybe if you do, Brent, you could say, but still, it's completely unacceptable for what they did. And now, what I was gonna say,
Mhm.
when we first started, before we started recording, is you got five black officers. So I can almost guarantee you now
Mm.
what's going to happen is these five black officers are going to get the maximum sentence, whatever that may be. They're going to make an example out of them. And it's unfortunate that the black officers have to be the ones to get the example made
Mm.
because people always want justice for what, police do. And unfortunately, these dudes, these guys, unfortunately were black, and so now I can almost promise you that they probably going to get the maximum sentence. They're not going to get leniency like all the other cases that we've seen, or leniency or nothing. I can just see it now that they are probably going to get the worst penalty possible, and it's going to be because they're black.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, already been fired. It hasn't been a month, right?
Right.
And it's
The rest
not
of the
not
rest of
normally
the
like
guys,
that.
they go on what they call it, they go on
Administrative
leave,
leave. Yeah, they
administrative
didn't even get to
leave,
go on leave. Yeah.
right?
So I mean, we
Paid
know what's
leave,
going,
all that type of
all that
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, we know what's going to happen. We know exactly what's going to happen. Which is, I mean, what they did was messed up.
Right.
What they did was bad. That you can't
Right.
take that away.
I completely agree.
What they did
And
Do
I
was
they
bad.
wonder,
do they get their pensions? Do they get?
I don't know.
I'm
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, I just thought about this. I'm in my head, I'm wondering, you got these 5 black officers, y'all are policemen, out of all the history that we know of what police brutality normally looks like, and police excessive force and all of that stuff. Like, I wonder if it even crossed their minds that, hey, we're black officers, and we're beating up a young black man. You are the authorities. You're the police. You're the law enforcement.
Right.
You're supposed to protect and serve, and you are assaulting this young man for whatever reason that they felt like it was deserving of.
Why?
Nobody, I don't care what it is, nobody deserves, like, he handcuffed, and y'all are just like, it's terrible.
It was a traffic stop.
Well,
Right. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say 3 weeks prior, he had I think just a regular speeding ticket, and that's what they was going at. But they were I think, going after him because of the ticket that he got. I don't know if he just forgot about the ticket, but then when I think y'all are supposed to be like a special special
A special unit for a
unit.
series. When I saw, because I was watching a small bit about it earlier. That Scorpion unit is a unit specialized for serious crime. So robbery in progress,
It ain't got
a
nothing to do with
gang fight,
no
stuff,
ticket.
hostage situation, stuff like that.
Right.
Not a traffic stop. Oh, you
Exactly.
didn't make a left. You didn't turn your signal on. Now we gonna dispatch the Scorpion unit on you. Like,
Right.
Right. And people were describing who he was. He was 80 yards from his mama's house. He works the second shift at FedEx. And he goes to he always, I think he goes on this when he's on his long, he has a long lunch. He goes see his son, and then, or his child, I can't remember if he had a son or a daughter. And then he would go to his mother's for lunch. And she would, and that night she cooked him his favorite meal because she knew he was gonna come over and eat.
right,
And this is what happened. But I'm just gonna show y'all this. This is their mug shot, and these are the charges that they were charged. Now the mother wants first degree murder, but they were charged with second degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnap. I've never heard this. False imprisonment of a person. It is aggressive if the victim suffers any injury or happens if the assault has a deadly weapon. Each officer faces 2 counts of this: official misconduct, official oppression. These are the charges that they've been charged with. And I'm thinking back to Rodney King, 91.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know if they got charged. I'm gonna have to research, see, did they, what were they charged with? Just, I know they got charged either with manslaughter or second degree murder, but I don't even, they may not have got charged with any of the other stuff. And like Meldrick said, yes, this is what the police chief, she did what she was supposed to do. The DA did what he was supposed to do. But why did it take and this might be where I might be a little double standardish or whatever you want to call it, but these are 5 black officers. They did it to a black man. How come these same things, the quickness of it, why didn't it happen when it was white officers to a black man? Well, back in 2019, a lot of people may not remember this because even the governor of Louisiana tried to keep this covered up in May of 2019. Ronald Green, an unarmed 49-year-old black man, was killed and after being arrested by Louisiana State Police following high-speed chase outside of Monroe, Louisiana. During the arrest, he was stunned, punched, pepper sprayed, and placed in a chokehold. That man died. Now, when he died on May the 10th, 2019. That's where he was murdered by 5 white officers. On May 18th, 2001, that's when the body cam was released. On just this past December 15th, is when the officers were charged.
You mean 2021, Brett?
Well, he was killed in May of 2019. The body cam was released May of 2021, and then the officers were officially charged December 15th, 2022.
Right.
Now, with these brother cops, he was killed on January the 7th, 2023. Federal investigation on January 18th, 2023. Officers charged on the 26th, which was the other day. Within 3 weeks, this happened. This Ronald Green got killed in 2019. The officers wasn't charged until 2022, the end of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 3 weeks they was fired, locked up, and charged.
Yeah.
And these officers, it looks in the ones in Louisiana, you saw what happened. It took 2019, 20, 21, 22. 3 years, 3 weeks, 3 years, 3 weeks, 3 years. And like Melton said, now they want to use these ones to be the example. And let me tell you something else we ain't heard too much of. Blue Lives Matter. We ain't heard none of that. We ain't seen the police association come out in defense of these officers.
Mm-hmm.
They quiet. And the only thing on Fox News I have heard is, what's his name? Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
He said now that we have all this violence going on the streets in Memphis of police brutality, he said ain't nobody saying nothing about Ashley Babbitt that was killed in the Capitol, the woman that was a part of the insurrection of inciting a riot inside the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
So he comparing that to her.
Mm-hmm.
This kills me. You got 3 weeks these men to be brought to justice. 3 years for these white officers in Louisiana to be brought to justice. And I don't even know nothing about the trial.
Right. And see, the thing about that makes me not understand is the fact that in that long period of time where you have 3 weeks versus 3 years, in 3 years, evidence can be lost. People can forget some things.
That's right.
You know, people be done forgot about it.
The urgency of it is gone.
Right. 3 weeks, oh, everything's still fresh. And
Mildred, what's going on in our own hometown? Didn't Michael Dean, didn't he get killed in 2019?
Yep. 2019 is when he got killed, and the trial just began this year.
Mm-hmm.
This week,
Monday
of 2023.
And
so,
they just got the officer's cam, right?
They just got the body footage. Yeah, okay. The body cam footage.
So in the case of Michael Dean, this man got killed. What was it? October 2019.
I believe so. Yeah. It was matter of fact, no, it was December, because it was the same night of the Christmas parade, I believe.
That's right. And the officer didn't get fired until February of 2020. Right. That's when he got fired. And now they just not having this trial this past Monday. Yep. 3 years, 3 weeks.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
It's
and then I
it's
mean they just had the trial as well for what's her name? The woman that was shot in Fort Worth.
Oh yeah, Tatiana Jefferson.
Tatiana Jefferson, yeah. Just had her
Mhm.
trial and that happened
That was just last month,
yeah, when they had her trial.
and she was killed in what
When was that? That was I know that was
2019.
when it first yeah, 2019 when
She
it
was
happened.
killed 2019
Just had her trial.
over a wellness check.
Right.
And see, usually with the white officers, like Melton said, what happens? They get desk duty or they get on administrative leave with pay.
With pay. Yeah.
With
yeah,
pay
yeah. These five brothers was terminated immediately.
immediately.
Yeah.
So, and this kills me, y'all. This is what's getting me. They are telling us to peacefully, please be peaceful, a peaceful protest. Please don't riot. That came from the president. It came from elected officials. It came from people high up in the city of Memphis. There's high alerts all across the country. Los Angeles, Austin. I don't think it's up here, but um, in Atlanta, there's that they released the National Guard because there was another killing of another civil rights activist in Atlanta. So
Hmm.
the National Guard is going to be there until the 15th. But you saying be peaceful and protest, yes, okay. But where was the peacefulness of this? There's nothing of peace. What happened to this brother? No
Right.
type of peace. This man was tortured, and after they beat the hell out of him, he laid on like Mel said, on top of that car. If they didn't give no aid to him, then when the medics got there, it's like it was another 10 or 15 minutes before they did anything to him. And now they were fired. And the fire chief said, I'm going to investigate them. Because
Right.
just think, if they would have rendered him aid, he might have made it.
Right. Those men like that on the thing I was watching earlier, the guy was like, he said those that amount of time, those minutes that they were not helping, not rendering aid, those minutes could have possibly mattered. Just think about the case with the young man Damar Hamlin. Had
Exactly.
they not been immediate, what I'm saying, they were not on scene immediately like they was.
He would
Had
have
some
died.
time gone by, yeah, he probably wouldn't have made it.
I
Probably
think
wouldn't have made it.
Steve Nate Smith said if he hadn't been on that football field or in a hospital, he would have died.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've heard from medical officials and like nurses and people who's in the medical field, they was like, the quicker you can administrate CPR on somebody, increases their survival rate greatly. So the faster you react, the better their chances. And they reacted very slowly in his
Right.
case. They just they you can say they let him suffer.
They did. They really did. Because at one moment he slumped over and they just picked him back up and pushed him back against the car. And like you said, them fat officers walking around because they hurting, because they hurt their knees and legs from kicking them.
Right.
Oh my God. And then you telling us to be peaceful. Don't, if you're gonna protest, protest in peace.
I wonder if any of those guys got children. I wonder
I'm pretty sure they do.
Hmm.
because how would any one of them have felt had officers done that to their child?
They kid. And this ain't the first time they did. This not their first time doing this.
Oh well, no. Memphis has a long track record
Right.
of excessive force being used in all kind of different cases and stuff. So that honestly, that goes to training. Somebody is training
Training.
and teaching these people that that organization of police officers. They is training and teaching them that that's okay. That's how you're supposed to do your job.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that it was just all coincidence that they wanted to release it today in the evening rather than release it during the week?
What would the coincidence be?
I don't. It's just like, say for instance, they would have did it like on a Wednesday, same time on a Wednesday.
Hmm.
Then let's say riots would have broke out. Then businesses would have had to close,
Oh, so
and
they did
Right.
it on the weekend.
and then they probably would have been issuing what is that they issue after something
Curfew,
happens, huh?
Oh, curfew.
curfew, or like a stay at
All
home.
that. Then they might have canceled school because they trying to make sure the kids are safe. That was going through my head. And then with
Mm-hmm.
it being on the weekend, I just thought maybe, I don't know if that was just coincidence, or that they
Mm-hmm.
but when the police chief, which is a black woman, the way she talked in her statement, when she gave her statement, it was sounding like, I hear y'all, I saw it, I'm pissed too.
Mm-hmm.
Just said it more, more professionally, like how you were saying Ed Reed should have been handling that mess at Bethune-Cookman.
Mm-hmm.
She said it well reserved, and but she was. If you listen with your third ear, like Joe Madison always said, you could hear the frustration and how mad she is at this.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, she handled it. That's how you supposed to handle it
Mm-hmm.
with these cops, not like dragging it like it's been doing. But I just, it don't matter the color. But like I said, this is where I'm probably being a little double standard. Like Mel said, you're gonna use these brothers to be the example, and
Right.
maybe out of this, hopefully, we can hear more noise about the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. You hearing all, and this was when we was talking in the last show about what to leave in 2022. I know I'm Christian. I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the precious Holy Ghost, that with fire, and Jesus is on my side. But one thing I'm getting tired of hearing, especially from politicians, our thoughts and prayers are with you. I'm so sick of hearing that, saying our thoughts and prayers are with the family, then y'all don't do nothing about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. When I hear them say that, it makes my skin crawl. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family, but then don't do nothing about the situation. Like that stuff with Sandy Hook. That one woman, she said, I don't want your thoughts and prayers. I want gun reform.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
you don't give us your thoughts and prayers.
Do
Pass the
something.
Floyd Policing Act. Oh, another thing, I'm getting tired of y'all saying, getting on Ben Crump, talking about he don't do nothing. He don't never win no case. That's for the prosecutor to do. He's the attorney for the family. So if any of y'all seen, if you seen him on if it hadn't been for Ben Crump on some of these cases, the case probably wouldn't have got as popular like it did once he puts his mouth on it.
No.
They probably wouldn't have got the settlement that they did. And don't be saying, well, he got it. Yeah, he's a lawyer. He gonna get his cut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that either. So quit saying, oh, I'm getting tired of seeing every time one of us get killed by the police, Ben Crump bring his old rag saying something. He's the attorney for the family. He's not the prosecutor. So I just want to
Right.
get that. That's another thing y'all can leave in 2000. And what? When did we start hearing about Ben Crump? When Trayvon Martin got killed. So we can,
Mm-hmm.
you leave that in there. He don't never win no cases.